One.
Hello, welcome everyone.
Keep it, we're keeping it. Welcome back to season 3,
I'm
y'all.
so tired.
We're trying to get the energy up because it's pouring raining outside right now, and it's a lot trying to speak and keep your eyes wide open when you could be in bed watching Netflix
Right,
or
it doesn't
something.
help that I have like stress and sleepy candles just going on in the house.
Yeah, you have candles lit everywhere, but it sets the mood. But welcome back to season 3, y'all. Glad to be back. We're excited for what season 3 holds for us.
Yeah.
I was super excited about season 2 though.
Yeah, everything was new in season 2. Like we were recording.
Yes.
You wanna know that time that we took off? I think it was too long because I feel so awkward recording.
What, this time? No, I think we took the same amount of time off.
Well, no, the thing is, the recording was new for season 2.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, recording our audio is fine.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Well,
I feel weird right now.
I think the reason why my energy's kind of off too is we just pushed the clocks forward and I'm still trying to adjust to the time.
No. I know.
And I like the fact that the sun is setting at 7.
Right.
But my body's still trying to adjust for this hour jump. I mean, granted, we've been doing it for years, but still, I'm getting older now. It ain't the same. 16, I didn't care. But at 35, my body does care. So it's a lot. I thought by Monday or Tuesday of getting enough sleep, I would like adjust, and I still haven't gotten to it. Maybe by April when it actually really gets warmer consistently, then I'll feel better.
Can I give you a little story about the time going back? So, my brother, I have a brother who I adore all my brothers, but this specific one, Falter, is super. He does a lot for us. Like, he drops everything and just, like, gung-ho. Like, if you need him last minute, he's there. Like, no questions asked, no excuses, no anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all the things that have been happening, his birthday was coming up. I was like, we really need to do something for his birthday. He really wanted to go to the club. I have not gone into the club till maybe my late 20s. Ooh. And so I was like, whew. I asked for it. You better be careful what you ask for, because I asked, like, what do you want to do for your birthday? Let's do something for your birthday. And he decided he wanted to go to the club. So we go to this club. It's the club inside Encore. Right? It's called Memoir.
Was it good?
Bro, the stories, okay? So we get there. No, I tell my sister, because I'm riding with my sister, and I was like, yo, if we get there a little later, the less time we have to spend.
That's
there.
what I be thinking.
And it was the day that the clocks jumped forward, so I'm like, even less time, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought. And so I was like, we're gonna, because they would have got there like 10:30. It's Boston, trash. So we're like, if we leave like 11:30, we'll be good. As we're driving there, my brother texted me like, yo, it's like $50 to get in, right? Right. I don't know anymore what the fuck the club is like. So we get there. We paid the stinking $50. It is absolutely
crowded. Did it show you a mimosa or something?
It was so crowded, like crowded. It was like a mosh pit. Mm-hmm. And I was like already uncomfortable because I feel like I just outgrown that like space.
I've outgrown it.
Yeah,
if it's not a cute little day party with brunch, that could be cute.
I could be home at a decent time.
Yeah, be home by 6, 7 o'clock and still enjoy my time at home. Then I don't care for it.
Yeah, but in my head, because I hate it so much, I was thinking like, Jessica, fix your face because you don't want your brother to think like you're miserable. Because of course, him and his nature, he'll try to make the best of the situation or like want to leave early to accommodate me or any of my other siblings. So I was like, just keep a smile on your face. If they want to take shots, let's do it. Like, just be like game player, right? My brother recorded me while I was in the middle of like the crowd of people. And he's like zooming into my face and it's clear as fucking day. This whole time I'm thinking I'm smiling and look like I'm having a good time. And the whole time I'm like doing this and like stank face and just like, bitch.
I want to see that video.
I gotta ask him for it. But there was a part, like, so in the middle, the center of the club, I had on like a leather skirt situation and like some booties, like suede booties. My suede booties were now patent leather. due to all the alcohol.
That's
My
still
leg,
going
I
on?
left my leg, like I left the club with my legs super, super sticky, like because of
Ew.
all the. It was so tight you couldn't even shimmy your shoulders to dance properly. So there was that.
I know you scrub and drowned yourself in the
Bro.
shower when you got
Those shoes, I'm so upset about them. I've been trying to like salvage them, but I think it's done.
You said that they were supposed to be suede.
They're suede black booties.
You might have to check out maybe a dry cleaner because sometimes they specialize in suede.
Yeah.
But
35
yeah.
and older, we don't do that no more.
I mean, people who still go after 35, more power to you.
More power to you.
I think I have a few friends that still go, but personally, I do not care. I never cared for the club when I had turned 21 and was ready to go. I mean, granted, Providence, you could go at 18, but I went a few times. I mean, if I go, it's usually for a friend's birthday, but it's like, I don't like it. Personally, I will not do.
I stopped doing that whole like I'm gonna go for your birthday. Like I'm gonna go whatever you want to do for your birthday. I'm gonna do it. If it's something I don't like, I'm not doing it. The only reason why I did it this one time was because the past 2 months has been absolutely insane for my family. And him and his fiance have been there like no questions asked. Like what can I do to help? And so I was like, I need to reciprocate that because he's always been that way. He's always been the one that you can count on, the one that drops everything he's doing, no questions asked, no excuses provided, and just does it for you. So I was like, I can suffer through one night. Oh, and then with the time changing, I'm thinking we're going to get out there at 2. We still ended up leaving at 3. I was like, this is some bullshit.
I wonder what they do. I wonder what they do when the clocks turn back. Like when it turns to 2 a.m. and it's supposed to go to 3 and it jumps back to 1. Like, do they party for an extra hour?
I couldn't tell you. That'll be the last. I have a brother who turned 21, but he was in the army at the time. Well, he's in the Marines, in boot camp. So we didn't celebrate his 21st birthday. So I think for his 25th, which is next year, we'll be doing something. But I'm hoping it's like going out of the country because I can't do it. The club is just not it.
It's just not it for me. I think the last time I really did a club vibe thing, and it wasn't really a club, was when we was in Mexico. I don't know what the white folks were doing in there. Me and you was just standing there like.
The free drinks was the only reason I was there.
That's it.
Wait, was it free? I can't even remember.
I don't recall paying.
Okay.
Because we were on the resort.
Yep, exactly. It was. I wanted to just be like have fun, but I'm like, this is so. Organically, I'm not gonna have fun. Like, I was trying to do too much, and I was just like, you know what, Jessica, just be you. This ain't your shit.
No, it's not me. I don't like.
That's why I like traveling with you, because I don't feel like I have to be the fun person. I can be the touristy person. I
love touristy shit. I tell people, look, whenever we go to a different city, you trust and believe my ass is in a museum somewhere or sightseeing the area because it's different from here. Trying different food spots or whatever. And then if you say it's brunch, love it.
Here for it.
I'm here for it. I love dinner, but I prefer brunch. I don't know. When I eat brunch, I stay full for pretty much for the whole day.
Yes.
Literally full for the day. I don't know about anybody else, but I love a good brunch. And that's what I love about the South in New York. You can find an amazing brunch spot with vibes, people that look like us having a good time. I love it, and the women out there are fun. Like when I went to Texas with my friend Sandra, we're sitting down, and this woman was like, "What's the best places to go out here?" We're like, "Oh, we're not from here. We're visiting too." And I overheard them saying like, "Oh, they want to move down here." And it's funny because I saw a meme. There's like every time y'all females go to a different city, like, "Ooh, I want to move out here," because I'm like, I love the vibe. Like, who wouldn't want that? Almost every weekend, you work Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday, Sunday, whatever, or after church or before church, you go to a good brunch spot. You have a good time. You don't have that up here. It's always fucking cold. Like, you got spring still fighting for its life. Spring's supposed to be on here on Monday. And it still feels like fall.
You know what it is? Because I get like these, like, where I work, you find all the things. So there are plenty to do in Boston. It's just not curated for black and brown people to have fun. It's not our style. Like, it's not what we would consider fun. So when we go to Atlanta, when we go to DC, when we go to Houston or Texas, or when we go to Florida sometimes, depending on where you're at, you have a lot of fun because you see more people like you.
That's true.
And I really, really can't wait for like the Black and brown people in Boston to kind of like work together, collaborate, and just like get things out, get more events and stuff out there.
It just sucks that
the support is so fake sometimes.
It's not enough out here, and it's like, I'm not saying New York isn't any better. I mean, New York, you know, sometimes people are saying New Yorkers are mean, but trust and believe, the few times I've stepped foot in New York, I've had a good time.
Yeah.
I've had an amazing time at brunch.
Dirty. I don't like it.
That's the only thing, but their food,
fire.
The food spots, bomb.
Yeah.
There was this one place we went to for brunch when we went back at the beginning of last year. It's called Jacob's Pickles or something like that. My girl got pancakes. The pancakes were so freaking fluffy. It was like 2 of them. She couldn't even finish them.
Was it like the Japanese style pancakes?
I don't know.
Like they're very like, they're thick and they like jiggly.
I don't know if they called it that. I don't remember, but I know my waffle thing was huge. I didn't finish that. I took the rest with me to the hotel. But the food was good. I always have a good time. Always hit up our particular spots that we always go to, but the ones we want to try as new. Always hit up Dallas BBQ and the Grill. Yeah. Those are 2 spots we'll always hit up.
Bitches love Dallas BBQ.
That's the moment I set foot in New York, the moment I land. If I had a chauffeur, I would say, chauffeur, straight to Dallas BBQ.
Bring me to Dallas BBQ.
I don't want nothing else, nothing else. Bring me straight there, and then you can bring me back to my hotel room. But no, I love.
Like, you want something, mom, in here?
Because I can grab you something. But I love going to places where I see us. Having a good time, we vibing, no problems, no drama. We don't have to be friends. No. But some people end up meeting new friends in these type of spaces. I love seeing that. Like when you go to Atlanta, you go to oh my God, I love DC.
There's a lot of
that was our first trip together. DC. Yeah. Went to DC for our birthdays.
And we did all the
walking. Oh my God, this September make it 10 years ago when we went.
We have to do something.
Yeah, we have to. For our birthdays. We have to like physically leave.
That's the plan, right?
Yes. That was our first trip. I fell in love then. And you know the first spot Rebecca took us to was the
park?
Yes. I didn't know they offered brunch, bitch.
First off, I was looking at those pictures recently because I was cleaning up. Like, I have like 5,000 photos on my phone. So I was cleaning up the photos and I was like, yo, we were mad tragic. Like, the fits was trash. And I was like, this is what we thought was okay. But again, now that I'm
that era, it
was probably okay. Like, oh, Jesus, I don't want to talk about this.
No, there's a picture of me in that pink dress, and you took the picture of me. You was like, oh my God.
But you were so cute.
I'm like, looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't wear that again.
The shoes, I would never wear again. But it's better than what the fuck I had on. Yo, what I had on.
You remember the era where the belt over the shirt?
I would never. I don't think I did that because I always had like a little belly. I was always a little chunky.
Oh my God! But seeing other people do, I never wore those.
The layering.
The layering was the thing.
The layering was my shit.
The layering of the bracelets.
The bangles.
The bangles. Oh my God! But going to DC that first time with you.
It made me love like traveling too.
Made me really set the tone. My girls already traveling a little bit beforehand. I went to DC the very first time for President Obama's inauguration.
Oh, you did the first one, I did the second one. The second night.
Yes. What? But I couldn't really enjoy because there's so much people out there during that time. So Jessica went for the second inauguration. Yeah. I went for the first one.
It was brick as fuck. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to handle it. He needs to hurry this speech up. He needs to.
I'll tell you this much: the first inauguration, I went off the sole basis. I was like, this is exciting. Our first black president. Yeah, I get it. He's half white, but we know he black.
Yeah.
And the fact is, I didn't know. I'm like, well, we don't know if he will win a second term because it was like so scary to know like. Oh my God, hopefully nothing happens to him because we know in the back, black people know in the back of our mind, racism didn't go away because we got a
shit. When I was at the second inauguration, I'm like, there's going to be a sniper somewhere. I was so nervous. I was like, am I about to witness?
And when they had told him they didn't want him to get out the car and Michelle Obama's supposed to be coming, she said she was surprised when he decided to get out because the goal was for him to stay in the car as they drove through. But he got out waving at people, and I was like super excited. And I was like, oh my God, like, wow, I can't believe I got to live this. You got people who were old enough during the time where they couldn't vote, be able to vote and see him. Some of them were crying because it's like, I never thought this would ever happen. in my lifetime. That's what they said. But for me to be able to see that, that's something I would love to say to my children when I have them. But it's like generations before us never thought this could be possible, even though we dreamt of it. But going to DC that time, I enjoyed it, but didn't enjoy it as much because you couldn't do so much because the lines were too long to visit the museums. The clubs were lit and too much money to get to them. It was so crowded to the point where I called my parents to tell them where I was at and like, this is what I'm seeing right now. And the calls were I was hearing other people's conversations.
Yes, I
calls got
that.
intercepted.
Sometimes calls weren't even going through.
No, because there was so many people at that one time. But then when we went together, and that would have been both our second time going, I started to enjoy a little bit more because it wasn't overcrowded. It was just us going. So from then on, I already told my parents when I was like in my second year of college, I'm like, once I get enough money and I get a real job, I'm traveling. I don't care what y'all say. I have to travel. Like, you know, Atlanta, New York, and DC are the most commonest places I love to go to because those are my go-to spots. Usually tickets are reasonable, but I like to travel, go to other places, other countries too, because we also have to understand, even though America is not the same compared to other countries, we also have to understand the regions we live in too is not the same because there's certain ways we move here in Boston. People in New York don't move that way, or people down south don't move that way. Down south they move at a slower pace.
There was a time,
and not in a bad way. They're taking their time. They're enjoying the moment. We're just rushing. We're rushing.
And I like that pace. I hate the slow shit. Like,
I want to be medium. Like, I don't want to waste too much time. I want to enjoy it, but I got somewhere to go to. But down south is like, take your time. I don't want to take my time. Yeah. Let's just go and get to where we need to go.
That's my biggest pet peeve with down south. Why are you wasting my time?
I would gain so much weight if I lived down there.
Oh my
God. I lived anywhere but Boston, I mean, I've gained weight.
Food in Boston's not even that great and I gain weight. So
exactly.
Nigga.
I gained the weight from me just being greedy from the shit that I make, but it's like down south, that food, I would have been a little patat. Okay? All my Haitian people know what that means. You know, a little patat. So I'm like, even my niece that lives in Georgia, her mom's like, I was like, oh, I want to move down here. I said that like a couple of years ago. She's like, girl, if you live, you're already thick. If you move down, you're going to be fat.
Oh my God.
Because the food, like one strip of a road, there's like, I don't know how many Waffle Houses I drove by.
Okay, Waffle House is trash. I don't care. Unpopular opinion, Waffle House is trash. I don't care if I'm drunk, high, or on pills. No. It's so disgusting. Okay, I have this video that I'm going to clip into this because there's this little boy that was like, I want to get out of here. There's flies everywhere.
Please add the clip because I've never seen it.
I'm clip it right now because the boy was like telling his dad like, I don't want to eat here because it's dirty. There's flies everywhere.
Well, there are some ghetto establishments.
No, I have yet to go to a good Waffle House.
So the few I have been fortunate enough to not frequent but stop by because there's so many out there. It's almost like having a McDonald's up here every corner. Yeah. There was one I did go to. It was kind of ghetto, but it was like the only thing open and I needed to eat something before I get home because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight if I don't eat something. Mm-hmm. That one, it was like closer to the downtown area.
I don't know if there's a Wawa's in Atlanta.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was like near the side. Like, it's like, ooh, I wouldn't want to be here by myself in the middle of the night type of area. So me and my girl ate that. I was like, yeah, this is a no for me. And I'm surprised I was saying it's a no for me because I like Waffle House. Yeah. But the few that I have stopped by, but they were outside the city. You walk in there, they're super friendly, they're clean, they're like, sometimes the AC be on full blast. I'm like, can y'all tone it down just a little bit? I know it's hot out here, but this AC is on Arctic. Like, and I never complain about the cold like that. But I think just like everywhere else, certain things, you're like, certain areas, you're like, yeah, I'm not going in there because the service is trash. But what I'll say is I am excited for season 3, what we got coming for y'all.
Yeah, I got the hiccups. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I hate getting it as an adult. It's the most weirdest thing. What I will say is we look forward to our guests. And of course, as always, if you guys want to be a guest speaker on our podcast here.
Clip the little video.
Yes. We want you guys to email us or DM us that you're interested in the topic that you're interested in talking about, or if you don't have a topic in mind, we can send some your way and you can choose which one you would feel more comfortable talking about. But we'd love to have especially more guests, male guests, on our show to get the male perspective on certain topics that we're talking about as well. Because growth is uncomfortable for both parties. It's not just women, so men too.
And I noticed that when we had guests, it was well received. We have great guests lined up for this season. I'm excited.
Might have a few that return back.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some repeat offenders. Yep. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I really loved, so I can compare the 2 seasons because we completed 2 seasons.
Okay, yeah.
So season 1 was our baby year. We just started recording, and it was struggle. One mic, recording off of one mic in a room. And then, due to y'all telling us we would love to see a visual of you guys, of the podcast, we was like, okay, so season 2, honestly, we were nervous because we were already getting ready to just record again without you guys seeing our faces.
Yeah. I had to be prepared to, actually do my hair.
Actually make myself look decent, because literally I used to show up here with t-shirt and scrubs, let's record, because
I would have that sundress that you use for everything that had oil stains and shit. That's what I would do wearing.
Yo, literally, because it's no one's gonna see us, all they're gonna hear is our voice, so it didn't matter. Right. So y'all wanted to see us visuals, fuck, we gotta make ourselves look decent. So season 1 was our baby year. It was a learning experience. There's a lot of frustrations with recording. Season 2.
Can I say something about season 1? So if I'm comparing season 1 and season 2, I feel like I was a lot more open in season 1. I feel like I have so this is a hot thought for me right now. Honest, open truth. I have a fear because I see how many people get penalized on social media for saying what they feel in the moment without rationalizing or processing their thoughts. And I don't think that's fair, 1. 2, unless they keep continuously saying
that's different.
But if you're just if somebody asks you a question and you just run with whatever the first thing that pops in your head, sometimes it's not refined, it's not politically correct sometimes, and it's just your feeling at that moment, but that can change. And I think podcasting is the space for people to say their piece, how they feel,
as long as you're not intentionally trying to
whether it's educated or not. And then whoever's around and people who are watching can comfortably critique. I don't know if comfortably critique is a good word, but
just critique.
Critique in a way where it's nurturing and not you're condemning people. So I think I was more refined and didn't feel comfortable sharing. There's some topics that Peggy wants to talk about. I'm I don't think I'm ready for that conversation, just off of fear of judgment. So I told myself season 3, I'm just gonna be honest, and whatever that looks like, it is what it is.
This is what
I'm open
to
critique, right? Constructive criticism, but I'm not tolerating disrespect. I'm just not.
Yeah, of course. We always say that for every episode. What we say here on this podcast is our opinion.
Period.
Our intent is not to hurt anyone. It's literally speaking from our experience. It's just opening the
platform and opening the space to have the conversation so that we can educate each other, help where we're ignorant in some spaces, in some areas, and
And like I was saying, it's from our experience, what we thought was okay during a time period. Because you gotta remember, our generation, us 80s babies and early 90s babies, we grew up in a period there was no internet. Or there was internet, but it was a little bit, and there was no social media. So our ideas was mostly formulated from what we heard from people.
We grew up in a generation where you went to the library to do your essays and stuff and look up
your homework.
The thesaurus. What was not a thesaurus? What's the other thing?
Dictionary?
Nope. It's something where they have all the information. Thesaurus. Is it a thesaurus? I don't fucking know.
Talking about the World Britannica books. I haven't seen that shit since '99. Britannica, I know they had all that information in there. Yeah, these kids I don't even have a dictionary in my classroom. These kids do not.
Dictionary is on my phone.
I have dictionary on my phone, or I simply just Google it. What does it mean? These kids don't want to do that. But we grew up in that era. We didn't have. We weren't exposed to everything. We didn't have all those resources. The resources were literally in the library. Now we have all the resources. Not saying all the resources are always correct, because you got people who are conspiracy theories, and I'm not gonna knock them out completely, because some of their shit be saying, some of it be true. You know what? You gotta be really thinking about something.
There's been a lot of, because I'm a huge podcast listener. I listen to podcasts more than I watch TV, more than I listen to music, more than I read. And there's been a lot of podcasts that has changed my mindset and perspectives on certain topics. And I want that to be us. Oh my God, girl, I have everything. I have sex podcasts, I have relationship podcasts, I have spiritual podcasts, I have whatever you need, I got you.
Send all of them to me.
And they're all black.
My therapist sent me one about one in regards to pregnancy, like one's focused on women of color, like the stuff.
Just educating yourself.
Just educating us on pregnancy, what it takes to get pregnant, what to do, what's going through your body during that time and after. So I was like, that's pretty cool. That she sent that because she finally told me that she was pregnant or whatever, and she shared that information with them. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Thank you. I didn't even know they even had a podcast for that. Yeah. But yeah, we're learning. And again, we're not trying to tell people what to do. It's just advice that has helped us, and maybe it can help you. And again, especially from first season.
Not even advice. I think, and I said this in season 1, where I never identify with anybody in the things that, health-wise, I didn't see anybody, or at least I didn't know or physically see the things that I was going through that I didn't want to speak on because I was like embarrassed. So I didn't say anything. But I want to share my experiences and what I went through, so that if it resonates with you, you can come and talk to me, or you can listen to the podcast episode and be like, oh my God, I never thought of it that way, or I didn't try that, let me try this, whatever. Because like with PCOS, like I don't know anybody in my family who has it. And so I was very tight-lipped about it until I was like 27. And I've been dealing with it since I was 14. So I think if I was open, if I had the space to be open about it and talk about it, it would have been a different story for me. But, you know, it is what it is. So I don't want that for other people. And I know, like, there's people that I'm currently aware of that do deal with PCOS and has been dealing with PCOS. So... yeah, I just want to be that outlet because I didn't have that.
Yeah. And you know, some people say like, oh, women always have these spaces where they can talk, and I'm like, okay, yes and no. There's always spaces for women to talk, but women, well, I'm very open with. There's a difference between women of color and a black woman, because I can be a woman of color and not be black. So, being very specific to black women.
Go on.
My brain's
I'm
working.
here for all women.
I'm here for all women, but I'm here for my black women because of the fact that we are usually deemed as strong. Our pain is different. We're viewed different. We may tolerate certain things because of us being black women. So I fight for all women, but my focus is black women at the end of the day. Yeah. But what I was going to say is...
I'm crying right now.
What I was going to say is what I'm excited about season 3 is the guests. What we got in store, the topics we got in store. Like, Jessica made an amazing list, an umbrella topic and an amazing subtopics under, and I love it. And figuring out, okay, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're not going to do, to keep our listeners and viewers engaged and want to maybe be a part of it moving forward. I'm super excited about it. What I will say is, just a quick update on me, I don't have braces no more. You got no braces?
Yeah, she still uses the microphone to cover her face.
Is that better? But no, and what I will say is I'm trying.
Wait. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
The other update I was gonna say on myself is like I realized that I need to do better with myself health wise, cause I've been slacking. I mean, I've been going to the gym, trying to eat better. Like this is what it is. I'll start doing good. You know how you do really good throughout the day, and then you get home, and then here goes your brain going like, yo, a little chocolate ice cream wouldn't do bad. Wouldn't be too bad. You know, you ate healthy all day. Like, that's the shit I tell myself. Like, you know, I'll have 1 or 2 scoops of this because I had a salad, you know, and I had a smoothie. Like, really trying to convince myself that I did good this morning. So having a treat is a reward for it, and I need to stop doing that. The whole... Like I said, there was this meme that said we need to break the chains of wanting to eat something sweet after eating.
I refuse.
And that's a chain that is really not going to break.
Like my eating habits are so strong, and it's so hard to break. I feel like I just need to incorporate more workouts. That's what I need to do.
I need to do better. I need to I still want to eat, but probably reduce my caloric intake, like reduce the intake of the high calorie stuff. But I think I've reduced a lot on, I don't eat a lot of high calorie foods, but just reduce on the sugar. I think since I've reduced some of the crazy shit I used to eat, now my body's feeding, like the last couple of months, my body's been feeding for sugar in the amount of ways that it never did before. Where before I used to eat a little bit of like, I'll just have ice cream, I'll be content. Like even if I spent all day without eating nothing sweet. Now I could be at work, the school social worker has like a little store in the class where students can buy snacks and stuff like that, and I stand there buying Twigs, Snickers, and M&Ms when I should not be eating those type of things. And I get it, the time of the month does changes the feeling for it, but it's been even the time when it's not that time, and I'm still like, ooh, I can go for some little chocolate. Like my fat ass needs to just zip my lips and relax, like relax, max.
It's the addiction to sugar is insane, but that's another topic. So your updates is, you're trying to eat better and be healthier and take your health. I don't even know. Okay, what was the other?
I said I got my races, eat better. Oh, that update? Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, that when you said something about your eating habits, I'm like, that is not where I thought you were going.
So while we were on our hiatus, me and my business partner, my friend from college, we opened, but we're renovating. We just opened up an event space called
Multi-use event space?
Yeah, multi-use event space. It's called Modern Lux Spaces, located in Pembroke, Mass. It's not far from here. When she first brought it up, I'm like, Pembroke, Mass, bitch, that sounds far. She's like, no, it's not really far. It's like 15 minutes away from where she lives. In the South Shore, and then when I looked it up from my house, it's like 27 minutes. But it's weird. But from Boston, it's 32. I guess it depends where in Boston you're at.
And traffic.
Yeah, so it's pretty much on the way to, if you're on Route 3, on your way to the Cape, that's where it is. But I cannot wait for when we're done renovating, and then we announce the grand opening for people to come see and whatnot. I'm excited. Yeah. Already, crazy enough, I'm blessed, even though we're not ready for that. We've had a few people already hit us up about the space, and they haven't even seen the space. I'm like, this shit's a mess right now. We're just renovating it right now. And people are like, would it be available for June? We got some June dates we want to book. And I'm like, I'm happy that you guys are ready, but I don't want to give any definite answers yet until we see the place. Because
construction, and I'm just speaking from experience with dealing with commercial real estate, but materials and products are just so back ordered. Your construction date could be in 3 weeks, and then something's back ordered, like tiling or whatever, and now you gotta wait another month. So you don't want to make those promises of June dates when the construction's not done.
Yeah, I did respond to someone's email letting them know, like, thank you for inquiring, but our goal is to be ready for May, but we'll get back to you. But we're in the process of renovating, so can't really say yes, we'll be available, and then we're really not, because I know you don't want to give the person a definite answer, and they stuck on our date, and something happens, and they can no longer use the space, and then they could have booked somewhere else, and I don't want to do that to any potential customer. I don't want to ruin the relationship before it starts. So I was just like, you know what, it should be available for that date as of now. But it's not a definite answer because we're not even done. So I'm excited for that. I cannot wait for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. My update since we've been MIA.
She watered that shit down. If y'all didn't hear her, she said she is with her business partner. I want to say you're leasing space?
Yes.
It's a multi-use space. You can do you can set up conferences. You can do your photo shoots there. You can podcast there. What else could you do in there?
Some of the offices vary by size. So some of them are big enough where if you are a massage therapist or you're into the counseling services, you can use one of those offices for that.
And you can rent it. You can set up anything. Rent it for a month, a day, a week. Also, there's 2 event spaces.
Yeah, there's a smaller one upstairs, and the big main event one is downstairs. So you have options.
We'll put the information in the bio. Not yet.
I wanna, what I wanna do towards one of the ending of one of our episodes when it's like complete. Do a quick fast moving virtual video.
Do that.
Yeah, and post it at the end of one of our episodes so you guys can see
when the construction's done.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. Any updates?
That's exciting. Girl, mines are not as exciting. I'm gonna try to highlight them in the most exciting way, but they're not exciting. So as I mentioned in the previous season, there was a lot of things happening. So my dad just bought a house. So he's an owner of 2 homes, one multi-tenant and one family. So my siblings and I helped him move. Then my mom moved, so we had to help her move. And then we had a death. My brother-in-law passed away, so that was a lot. So we had to deal with that, and we're still dealing with that. And it's a really shitty situation. I have been, it's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. And I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to start crying.
No, do not talk about it.
I'm just happy that my family... I know I brag about my friends and my family, but can we just brag about my family real quick? Because the fucking support that my family has shown and has not even, like, hesitated, like, no hesitation, like, none, zero, no hesitation. It's like, I will never be down and out. I will never be alone. I will never be in a fucked up situation. I will never be in a fucked up situation. I need y'all to understand that because my family is fucking A1. Like, people who weren't even, like, closely tied with the situation was extending support and, like, honest support. Like, I will do whatever you need me to do. Let me know. Use me as your resource. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I don't know why I keep becoming so, like, amazed. Because it's been like that for as long as I've known it. But the older I get and the more I hear people's family dynamic and realize, like, that's never been the case for me, it's just, like, it's sad to know, but I'm forever blessed and grateful for that. And I don't know. That's the highlight, honestly, for the past 2 months. It's just, like, the family support. Like, the friend support has always been there. Like, I choose my friends for a reason. Like, my friends are my friends for a reason. But, like, you don't really choose your family, right?
No, they're there.
So, like, my friends A1 day one since forever, and that's why they're still around, because I know the genuine, unconditional, like, friendship that we have. But, like, with family, because I hear so many negative things about other people's family dynamic, it's just like, yo, we didn't choose each other, but we fucking chose every day to be there for each other. So, that is the highlight of the past 2 months for me. And I started class, so I am taking, it's for work. So my company, anyways, I'm taking class to better educate myself and what I do. It's a lot, but it's one.
What do you get at the end?
This is more of like overall. This is an overview of like what my job duties are and what it entails. Like due to like I started for a few months before COVID happened. COVID happened, so it was just basically I didn't have a lot of like I didn't have the space to like learn really in depth what my job entails, and I'm new to commercial property, so I'm actually pretty excited. At first I was like, this is dumb. But then when I had my first module and like my second module, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, why didn't I fucking do this before? So I'm excited. I have 3 more to go, and then I'm gonna just look into getting some more classes in.
Okay.
So
do they pay you more for these things?
No, bitch, it's for fucking educational purposes. It's to enhance your.
Well, they need to enhance the income.
No, and my job did do that this year. This year, my little bonus and my little raise was. I'm not mad at it at all. Okay. I'm not mad at it at all. But
I wish teachers could get bonuses though.
Yeah, my bonus was okay. Can we? First off, I'm not even gonna talk about it, but my bonus went straight to my mama when she moved. I was mad excited. I had all this plans. I'm like, I'm gonna book a trip.
Were you able to do the things you told me you was gonna do?
Oh, like pay off my cards?
Clear. Yeah.
I didn't pay off one.
But you cleared out most.
I cleared out 90% of it.
That's good.
I still have about a couple thousand on another one, but that's another.
But that's better than before. Than what you.
Oh my god, yeah. Hell yeah. I can actually use my cards now.
Right? Before you be like, can't use that one.
I'm just gonna use my debit card. This is me being honest, because I get weird about talking about finances because of how my family like grew up. Like finances was such a taboo conversation. So, but whatever, it is what it is. I was frivolous with my card, and now I have to pay it back.
Yes,
it's that. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
You said, dear, when you got your bonus, it went straight to
Oh,
you.
yeah, it went straight to my mom because I wanted to furnish her whole fucking house.
Aren't you so sweet?
I was like, you're getting a sectional, you're getting this, you're getting that.
So she said
it was to the point where when we were moving, my cousin was like, I'm going to take your mom to grab, like, miscellaneous items, like, that she doesn't have. Because, and that's another thing. My mom moved, we did, like, a little Amazon curated gift list, and the shit was clean. It was done. Like, everybody bought everything.
That's cute.
Right? Like, everybody bought everything. So there was, like, little things that we just didn't think of in the process of building that Amazon list that I just gave my cousin my card and was like, yo, take my mom shopping, get her out the house while we unpack and set up the house. So my cousin did that.
That's cute.
My sister helped us. She bought my mom some furniture. My sister bought some like major appliances, like, you know, all that stuff. So yeah.
Major appliances, like what?
Not major appliances, but like those little stinking things, like an air fryer.
Oh,
and, like, you know what I mean?
Oh my girl, you bought her a fridge?
No.
That's a major appliance.
No. But like those things add up when you buy all like a toaster, air fryer, like microwave. Like those
air
things.
Fryers are the new easy bake ovens.
I'm slacking in that.
I don't use mine as often, but you can't talk to me any type of way because I have an air fryer.
All right, we gave you a little bit of update. I don't even know how long this has been recording.
42 minutes. We did pretty good today.
Yeah. So originally we were gonna have a guest, but unfortunately COVID is still out here, and
it's still in these streets, y'all. That's because the numbers have went down. Shouldn't mean for you to be raw dog in the air still. I mean, if you want to, that's your business, but don't knock those who still want to wear their face masks.
Oh my God, that was actually a conversation at my job. Like there was people like, why are people still wearing their masks?
Because they want to.
I'm like.
That's almost like demanding why people want to wear condoms when they have sex. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Never mind.
Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe they want to. They'll still want to be protected. Maybe they're not ready for a baby. Maybe they don't want to catch something they can't get rid of. And COVID is one of those because it does. Some people it hits them really bad that their body
and
never
not only
fully
that,
recovers.
even if you're young and healthy, you may be coming home to older people who are susceptible to getting sick and like it being detrimental.
Yep.
So yeah, you gotta cover your bases.
Yeah. So if someone chooses to walk, I've seen people throughout the last couple of days still wearing their masks, and I just like that's the rule of that's the joy, not the rule, the joy of minding your fucking business. Because like I can walk into the store and if I don't want to wear a mask right now, and a group of people walk around with their masks, I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to go, why the fuck they still wearing their masks? COVID's not around. COVID is still around. It still exists. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. I mean, I hear there's another case and numbers rising in China again. So, I mean, Lord knows in a matter of time it's going to come back up here, especially summer's around the corner. So, if people choose or choose not to wear masks, it's none of our fucking business. Let them do as they please. As long as they're not harming you, or anyone else around them or themselves, then it shouldn't matter. So the fact that people at your job was even having that as a debate, like they have nothing better to do.
I'm not even about to tell you who I think those people are. No, everybody at my job is.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You know us black folks, were they?
Yo, okay, so talk about this. Like, it's all of us. Anyways, so tell me why we had a meeting. It's a training session for auditing, like how to audit, whatever. And there was 2 sessions. I took the morning session. God knows why the hell I took the morning session. But there's not many black people. So it was in the room there was 4 black people out of 30 people. 4. So the older one is sitting across from me. I love her to death. Then there's my friend who I adore, Maria, who's sitting next to me. And then Kevin came in later and he sat behind us. And there was a section where they were talking about like black and brown. Like when I say black and brown, like it doesn't matter. That's not the problem. The problem is when he started talking about it, he was looking at us specifically. And I thought it was hilarious. At this point, it's a comical.
What were they talking about? The color of the rainbow?
No, we were talking about bidding. It's a long story. Like, nobody's gonna understand what the fuck I'm saying when I say it out loud, so it doesn't even matter. Bidding, like when you're bidding for contractors or when you're bidding for work. You know what I mean? Like when we bid, especially if it's a major project, if it's over a couple of $1,000, you have to have multiple people, and we've incorporated because of D&I. We've incorporated a section where there has to be a percentage of Black and brown companies that are on this bidding process.
Okay, I get where you're going.
Yeah. So in my head, can we talk about that too? Fuck what I was about to tell y'all. Can we talk about the fact that we have to incorporate? We have to tell these people to start allowing Black and brown people in the spaces that they've provided them. Like, why do I have to tell? Why?
Just why? And this is why I say racism fucking exists. Because the fact that you have to create a system to start inviting or allowing.
Yeah, like, what were you doing before? Were you purposely omitting them from the space? Like, I'm just confused. Like, is there an incentive to doing this, like, financially? Like,
no, not to appear like a racist company or be discriminatory.
That's why I'm going to be quite honest with y'all. I know it might be problematic for some of y'all, but I don't put my race ever. You're not about to use me as a statistic. I'm like,
I be lying. I be putting
look
on
at
white.
all these brown and you better not. You better change that shit.
My name is Peggy.
Just put nothing. But like, I'm not about to be part of your statistics as to how many Black and brown people you have in your company.
Girl, they'll hire that one Black person. See, we're diverse. We're diverse.
But see, the word diversity is such a touchy thing because diversity, it means non-able white man, I think.
Yeah, it can mean that.
So like, it could be a woman. It could be an Asian man. It could be a handicapped white man.
Or a very older person.
My job is very
someone
diverse.
Someone in the senior citizen, they be like, we're diverse.
Yes.
We're hiring
I don't know
all
if
types
that's
of
part of
people.
it, but
ageism
in the
is
word
something
diversity, it's very, my job is very diverse. The amount of women that I work with that are fucking amazing, you couldn't find a better group. Like, whatever. But when you're talking about just in the space of Black and brown people, it's lacking. But in every space in Boston,
I think the only brown y'all probably see at your job is the chocolate chip cookies that they probably bring in. Sorry. You good? Sorry.
Fuck. I don't know where that came from.
I'm just saying.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, because it was just, you know how some jobs is like you don't see a damn Black person. I think the only time they ever see color.
Listen, okay, let me just preface this by saying I love my job. I wish there was just certain things that could have been done differently or better. I really truly do love working in commercial property, like working in commercial real estate. And especially the department that I work in, you touch everything. You touch development, you touch construction, you touch leasing, and all the above. You learn about the engineering side, you learn about the security side, you learn about there's not one thing we don't touch in my department. And so that keeps me well-informed, highly favorable because I'm so knowledgeable in so many things. So by all means, I like what I do. I love what I do. I just wish things were a little different.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah, I need to stop sharing shit with you because you can't be saying shit like that on here. I'm fucking have me a conniption. Shit.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean that. I was thinking. No, but when I was in college.
Macadamia nut.
No, because when I was in college, it used to be me and two other Black people. I'm like, yo, we're literally the three little chocolate chips in this classroom. That's what I used to call us, like chocolate chips in this classroom. Cause
it's mentally. Yo, can we talk about the fact that like being in those spaces where you're not well represented and there's not people that you identify with or you can relate to, how mentally exhausting that shit is? And people be like, oh, like, it's mentally exhausting. I can't. It's
a lot.
Yeah.
So for those of you who never had to deal or you feel quite comfortable in those spaces, then more power to you. But I just don't. Like even when we not that I gave a fuck, but when we went to that restaurant for her birthday or whatever, that area is mostly, a lot of, white people freaking that area.
Yo, I don't know, did we share the experience?
Did we? I don't think we did.
Bro, so we went to a very, like, bourgeois restaurant in Boston.
I love it, though.
We're going to go there again next week. Oh, this coming Friday.
Yeah, this coming Friday.
So, we were like, you know, girls now, like women making money right now, pull no stops when it comes to food and drinks. Like, we're ordering everything on that fucking menu, and that's exactly what the fuck me and Peggy did. We were buying drinks. We will order the most expensive shit on that fucking menu. It's our fucking birthday, and we're gonna get what the fuck we want. And so I knew the manager at the restaurant from a previous restaurant that he worked at and managed. And so when he seen me, he was like, I got you. So he gave us this massive platter of all the desserts. Like, every last dessert on that fucking menu was on that platter. And it was because it was our birthday. He's like, oh, why? You know, whatever. This lady, trash ass, probably
left her table from over there and came up.
Yo, it was, she was directly across from us, right? She gets the fuck up, comes to our table. I said desk. Comes to our table and starts like, what is this? What are you guys celebrating? When I tell you, Peggy kept looking at me and was like, Jessica's going to lose her shit. I kept pulling the plate away from her because she just kept putting her finger way too close.
This is still in the height of COVID. Not that we're still not in the height of COVID, but at the height, because numbers were still going back up again at this time period.
Yeah. This was around the time that everyone was supposed to repopulate the offices, and then everyone was like, never mind, because COVID numbers were crazy. And she just kept pointing her finger at the plate like, oh my god, this is amazing, what are you guys celebrating, what is that, like, oh my god, like, she was just going on and on.
Like, man, these are the same shits that's on your menu that you did not choose.
Exactly, just because you're not friends with the fucking manager. And even if you weren't friends with the manager, you can order this too. It is available to you to have to eat. Like,
I thought we came from outside with that shit, and they're like, ooh, what's that?
Right.
Yeah. And the craziest thing, I think a few days later, Plies had a video, and you sent it to me, where it's like, he literally went
just
in like...
let black girls enjoy themselves. Like, you don't have to come up to us and talk to us about what the fuck we're doing here.
Like, the assumption is, like, this idea that we cannot afford to be in these certain spaces, or if we're in these spaces, it's because, oh, it's for a birthday. And half the time, we're going just to fucking go. I mean, that particular time, it was our birthday.
And this coming Friday is just to go.
Because we want to fucking go. But it's like, this is why when I say I fight for black women especially, I'm for all women, because I'm a woman first. Duh. But... black women, we always get the bad end of the fucking stick. Like, to the point when it comes to us even giving birth, it's like ridiculous how this idea in the medical field till this day, this idea that we can tolerate more pain, and if we want pain meds, we're lying about it, or that assumption was if we wanted more drugs, it's because we were going to get addicted to it or start selling it. But lo and behold, methadone mild out.
I haven't seen one black person on that goddamn
I haven't seen this. I mean, there have been, but I haven't seen this as much. I only see this. So what are y'all talking about? This this weird idea since like the 1700s, and here we are in 2022, and the medical field still have this weird mindset. Even when it comes to dermatology, like the study of the skin, a lot of times, one girl has said that in dermatology school, they don't even study on the black skin. When it comes to like treatments and stuff, how it reacts to certain things, especially when we deal with acne. Like, I noticed when I had acne, when I was going through puberty, the cream that my doctor provided for me, it worked well on the acne, but it lightened my skin. It was bleaching the part of my face, so the acne just broke out right here. Yeah, the acne went away, but my skin was getting light, and I'm like, I'm not this light. And so if they took the time to actually study different kinds of skin or whatever, then maybe they can find a cream that, yes, it'll remove the acne, but not lighten the skin. But I get it. Every medicine has a reaction to it, and not all of it's 100%. But it's sad and sickening to see and still hear in this day and age the mentality and the mindset of certain ideas. Like, oh, you know, that's why I don't use the word, oh, you're so strong. I don't want to hear it, because there are times I want to fucking break shit. And there's this video clip, when I find it, I'm going to send it to you. This woman literally was talking to these other women. She's like, you know, white women have always been the pinnacle of, you know, fragility. Like when you cry or you experience pain, everyone rushes to your aid. Everyone's, oh my God, how can I help you? But she's like, a black woman could be screaming, rolling on the ground in agony. And it's like, oh, she got this. She's okay. She's strong. She'll handle this. Like, and that's the thing. Like, we don't get the same perception. Like, we don't get viewed as innocent. That's why little girls, they're always viewed as being fast. And not, like, she's 8. How can she be fast? So if she's doing a certain thing, someone's been exposing her to that. No child would know that. So little white girls get perceived as being innocent in school. They wouldn't be able to do that or get into trouble. But a black girl gets viewed as, oh my gosh, she's bad. She's doing this. She's doing that. All kids do weird shit. You know, it's not because, oh, this one's black. They're typically going to do that. So that's why when I say certain things, I'm for all people. But at the end of the day, my focus is black people. Yeah. Because the people, we're the groups that get the bad end of the stick. You know, we saw on the news a couple of weeks ago, right when the height of the Ukraine situation is still going on, how they were treating the Africans that were living there. Like, oh no, you got to wait before you get on this train. Some that already got on the train were told to get off of it so the white Ukrainians could get on. It's like, yo, in the middle of a war, you're still mistreating them. Like, my God, where's the humanity? None. So that's why I be like, I'm always going to fight for anything black. It's just, I just wish all of us, even if we're not in the same realm, could just stick together in certain aspects. We all don't gotta like each other or love each other, sing kumbaya, but at least be like, oh, okay, this is the main situation that's affecting us all, no matter where we're at in the world. Let's just fight this cause for us. Because other groups do it for each other. Yep. But for some reason, we just can't do it for each other for some reason. But yeah, I'm excited for this season. Can't wait for y'all to see what's in store.
Segue and that's it. So let's just preface this by saying we did have, I think I mentioned it, we did have a guest to come on today and talk about a specific topic. But unfortunately, because of COVID, we wanted to keep it safe for everyone. And so here we are. We don't have a specific topic, so we just figured an overview of what's been happening in the past few weeks would suffice.
So, and if you still haven't caught on to season 2, please do so. Yeah. So there will be some comments that will literally pull from or we remember from season 2.
Actually, can we just? How long we've been doing this? Okay, we're good. So, what are you most excited about season 3? Like, what's coming up? Let's before we end this.
I don't remember all the topics you wrote down. But the few that I did see, I don't remember all of them. And I don't want to say the topics just yet. Yeah. I'm excited for a few of them. And I kind of like how we kind of wrote down the structure we wanted. Yeah. So maybe make it a little bit more.
We're just exhausting all options to see what fits best for us and our schedule and our lifestyle and our personalities. I think because I feel like I need a slight sense of structure. And so I thought like maybe structuring our topics would help. So we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately today, of course, it is what it is. Yeah. You get what you get. But I'm excited about that. Yeah. I'm excited about having more guests.
And the sun still being out while we're recording. Because usually when we start to record around 2, 3 o'clock, you guys can start to see the fade of when it's bright out and it starts to get dark. And it's completely dark by the time we're done recording. But now it's like, it's still light out. It's exciting. Even though it's raining, but it's still light out, still bright. I mean, if it was, what time is it now? Oh, the sun would have been almost down, if not almost damn near down.
Preparing to go down.
Depression. Right. So I'm excited about that, the weather being nice and stuff. So we like to end this per usual.
She's the worst person to segue into the next show.
Sorry, you have something to say?
No, but that is just so weird to segue into that like that.
Well, I said I was excited. I don't know what else you want me to say. So let me
say
switch
something
gears.
More. I don't know. I'm just bugging. I'm bugging. Yeah, she's the worst segue. I don't even know how to segue out of that, but
me neither. Anyway, I was gonna go into our. I'm gonna send you a video so you can understand why I said anyway like that. For a business shout out.
Oh, you got that.
So this week's business shout out is _bylex_. She is a freelance makeup artist. I follow, she doesn't have a website, but she does have an IG. Check her out. She does have a link for you guys to book her. I've been watching her page from when she started and looks pretty good. I like, she does have her main model that she usually uses, and I love it. The way she does makeup on brown skin, it looks amazing. But check her out. So again, it's at _by_Lex_ on IG. We will definitely write all the information you need in the comment section for you guys to find her on IG. She does not have a website. And do you want to add anything else before we end this episode?
Peace, motherfuckers.
Why she always gotta be like that, y'all?
Just turn this shit off.
Just